Yo, okay, hold on. YouTube wasn't live. YouTube's live now. Hello. Sorry for the long intro, chat. Okay, what is this?
It's not.
I'll be more formal. Dude, this you showed me a clip from 2 years ago.
It's not polite to talk to people while you're in the car. Just get out.
Hey, this is a business partner.
Actually, shit, I'll get out of the car. It's fine.
All right, I'll get out of the car. It's fine.
Well, here, no, we can tell them.
I can get in the car. It's fine.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
I'll just get out. It's fine.
Oh, sorry, I don't want to impose.
Well, if you want to keep it a little more private, might as well stay inside.
Yeah, okay, that works. Okay, so.
Dude, this was one of the one of the best arcs of 4.0, I think, was Section K housing. It was so funny. Where they were going through and doing like they were like gentrifying the south side. It was so funny. Oh, it was so good. Yeah. It was such a good idea. Yeah. Do you have help us add vendor for badges for crowd like urge to fix the economy in TBC? I've never talked to anybody about that. No. Do you think that would be a good idea to have a vendor for crafting materials? I don't know. We need some more people for 5.0. Yeah. Please go IRL next week. You're gonna want to score the went outside badge to show up in chat. 215 plus minutes of any IRL stream from. Wait, what? Why? Why? Okay. All right, whatever. I mean, yeah, I think I've already seen this video. Yeah, we're gonna talk about some stuff today. We're gonna do a little bit of react. Sorry, I'm starting so late in the day. I was working on some stuff for Starforge actually, so a little bit of update. Hold on. Hey, can I tell people? Yeah, you can say whatever. Okay. All right, leaked chat. Starforge. We're gonna start a new YouTube channel, and it's gonna be Starforge YouTube channel. It's not bald spot. It's just my hair. It's just pattern. Yeah, we're starting a new Starforge YouTube channel. Starforge Tech Tips. No, it's Starforge. I don't know. We haven't. I don't think we've decided on the exact name 100%, but it's like a Starforge Media. Yeah. Yeah, it's Starforge Media, and I'm gonna be the main character. Not really, but I'm gonna do a lot of stuff for it. So Tech God at it. Yeah, dude. Yeah, so we're gonna do a lot of different stuff. It's gonna be different kind of like, hey, like let's crank the hell out of this PC and see what happens. You know, throw a bunch of mods in games, stuff like that. Like that kind of those kinds of videos. And then there's also gonna be like some other like bigger stuff. You know, maybe like no, not sex tips. Okay. Anyway, it's gonna be a channel like that. So it'll be a channel for adults. There will be adult content gamers. Yeah, adult content gamers. That's what it's for. Mm-hmm. But I think that's gonna be really cool. I think it's gonna go really well. I think we're gonna build we might build a little set or something back there. Eventually, we might build a little setup back there in the podcast room, but beyond the dark portal, we might build something out there for it. So I think it'll be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be super good. So we're excited about that. And
hey crew, I've got the key to this 25 Cadillac Escalade V, and to
Who will be the hammer? Esmount.
Okay. I built an overclock my first computer at 12, so I think I'll enjoy that. Yeah, see, that's whenever I think I was 12 when I built my first computer. Was I 12 or 13? I think I always say I was 12, but I think I was 13. Something like that. But yeah, I was the same way, 100%. Yeah, PC benchmarking using adult games. No, games for adults is different than adult games. Frick! Somebody left the door open in my house for a little bit, and my room is now super hot again. Frick! Central air ain't a thing. It is, but it's just this. I have everything here. Yeah, get the Escalade, get the red V off stream someday, and then go car shopping in it and see how long it takes Chad to notice. Well, you know what? You know I did that whenever I bought the last car. I didn't even tell people that I got a car. And I was just, I did like 2 or 3 streams in it. And I think it was the 2nd or 3rd stream that people were like, wait, is this a new car? Because I kept talking about how I still need to get a new car. It was like a couple months, I think, before people found out. Esfand, I found out why.
Esfand remembers when the graphics cards had boobin on them. Tears in me eyes.
Graphics cards had boob on them? Dude, they did actually. They have like freaking. They did actually.
Look, Ma, no hands.
Wait, what was that? Where I lost that link. This is why Blizzard invites you to events. I lost the link. Oh, here it is. Oh, wait, no. Yo, relax. Relax. Dude, I didn't realize what that was at first. That is crazy. That is crazy. That is insane. I'm joking, I know. That is crazy, dude. Oh my gosh. Insane. The order of the oil. Insane, dude. Lamborghini just dropped this? Yeah, I mean. You know what? I hate how expensive cars get. Like, I think it's so weird that cars get this expensive. I don't even know the price yet, but like $1 million or whatever. Like what?
Any gifters wide hard.
Croden, thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you so much, dude. I think this is a girl car. No, I agree. I mean, I'm saying the same thing for the Escalade. But I mean, I wouldn't want an Escalade that expensive. But W stream car, terrible stream car. Terrible.
Today, we're going to see what
man.
it's like to live with, starting with remote start.
Okay, every car has remote start. Wait, a day in the life of...
Obstacles, like in this case, the Range Rover. It will also deploy the running board, and with the air suspension lowered in this access high range in and the key fob is on to cool or heat the cabin before you start your day. And when hopping in and the key fob is on me, I just press on the keypad and it's going to automatically open the door.
Dude, this would freak me out.
Before hitting obstacles, like in this case, the Range Rover, it will also deploy the running board, and with the air suspension lowered in this access height, I have this grand...
Want to even see the treasure train? Well, there's nothing that shows treasure train for me. Oh, 35% off 5+ gifted subs. See, my chat window is different than yours. Chat, it is 35% off for 5 or more gifted subs right now. Coupon Day.
Any gifters wide hard to. Any gifters wide hard to.
I'm Furious. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Fighead, thank you for the 71 months.
Pug.
This video actually owns. He's good at these videos. Really?
Hey, crew. Yes, you want the visual presence. Yes, you want the power. And it has those things in spades, but it also treats you nicely. I love that combo. In fact, the only critique I would have in terms of comfort would be for the seats. As I said, they're very adjustable. I found a comfortable posture, but I just got out of that Range Rover putting over 1,000 miles on it on a road trip, and the seats were my favorite part about it. They were just plush, yet supportive. These are a little on the firmer side, though the leather itself is very soft. Now I'm off to grab some coffee, and yes, it will be decaf.
Okay. I'm gonna sit there and watch the whole video, but. Okay, there's a couple things to do here. There's a couple things I want to react to. Mad Season made a video. We love Mad Season, chat. Mad Season. Good friend Mad Season.
Sponsored by War Thunder.
Former Crusader. Mad Season. Watch 30-minute Mad Season video instead. True. Okay, so let's see this right here. Classic Plus announcement is coming soon. Here is why. This is from Mad Season Show. We love Mad Season Show. Mad Season, he's one of the good ones.
Is 2050. Esfand is still looking for the car he was going to buy. He is now picking the classic Escalade. They made a remake of this original car.
Snailman, thank you for the 38 months. All right, here we go. Ready? Yeah, so Mad Season made a video. Mad Season says Classic Plus announcement is coming soon, and here's why. Mad Season, fellow Crusader, former Crusader, used to be in our guild. Mad Season and I rank together in Classic WoW, so Mad Season is a great friend, great dude. We love Mad Season. So let's check out his video. He says Classic Plus announcement is coming soon, and here's why.
This video is sponsored by War Thunder. Alrighty, it's about that time again. So I noticed that there was a startling shortage of Classic Plus videos on the internet today, and I decided that I would rectify things with another one here for you. Because this one's going to be my manifesto, or my thesis on why I think most signs are pointing towards an announcement at this year's BlizzCon, which is occurring in September. But to be serious,
all right, so actually, I'm gonna go ahead and chime in here. This is what I think. Now I don't know about an announcement, but I think everybody thinks that there's gonna be an announcement this year for something. But then the question is like, will the announcement be for the following year, or will it be for the next year after that? And I think if they want to do a Wrath Classic, which I think they probably will, or sorry, a Wrath Classic Anniversary, even though I don't like Wrath of Lich King that much, like I'm not a big fan of Wrath of Lich King, I will not play Wrath Anniversary. The current rendition of my guild, we're only playing Burning Crusade. If people want to continue afterwards, that's fine, but I'm not planning on it. I think that they'll do Wrath Classic, do that for a year, and then the following year would be like Classic Plus, I think. But anyway, continue.
Announcement at this year's BlizzCon, which is occurring in September. But to be serious, I did do a search for
any
something along
gifters
these
wide
lines,
hard to. Any gifters wide hard to.
Thank you, Lucky Strike. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much, chat. If you gift 5 or more subs, it's 35% off right now. Thank you so much for all the gifted. Here, I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna mute my alerts just so it doesn't break over the video, because I don't know, maybe we do a reaction video to this.
September. But to be serious, I did do a search for something along these lines, and I couldn't find anything as autistic as what I'm about to provide for you.
Okay,
So
let's see.
It might actually have some new information that you maybe haven't considered, or at least information that, when it's all put together, tells an interesting story. Before we get into it though, I would like to take a moment to thank the sponsor of this video, War Thunder. War Thunder is one of the most complete vehicle combat games ever made, and it's available right now for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and mobile. I like doing sponsors for it because I've actually played it on and off throughout the years. It's always a fun game to just pick up.
Yeah, this is
and
what
play.
we do. We love Mad Season, so you know what we're gonna do? Look at this. Boom. Play War Thunder now with my links. Look, I'm not gonna play it, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with a click so that he gets credit for his job. So he keeps getting sponsors. We love Mad Season. Hearts in the chat for Mad Season.
They're from 10 major 20s military
It's okay. We can just skip the rest of this.
Your crew and component is for free. Pinned who haven't played my life. It is for a limited time,
Okay.
so check it out today. Anyways, so Classic Plus, it is quite the enigma. Most everyone knows what it is, and yet still, no one can agree on what it is, or when it'll be out. Will it be good or bad? It's probably one of the most
Emerald Dream.
defined, undefinable products in the history of gaming, but I'll try my best to compile all of the most common things that you see about it. So Classic Plus is mostly generalized with the idea of the original base game, vanilla, after its final 1.12 patch. Instead of going through the Dark Portal, like in the Burning Crusade expansion and similar ones after it, the game instead continues on in the old world, in the Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor.
Okay.
New content is
I
then
agree.
added that follows the spirit and design of the original base vanilla version of the game, with new raids, dungeons,
Give 'em the
class balance
Ashbringer, I like
changes,
it.
zones, and even things
Ashara
such as new
Crater,
classes,
the battleground.
specializations, professions, and other similar features
Hyjal.
in line with classic MMORPG.
So this is in
game
vanilla
design.
right now.
So as you probably know, when classic 2019 vanilla ended in 2021, Blizzard instead opted for the safer route of just going down the list of expansions released in their original chronological order, with similar phasing schedules to roughly match their releases. And as of today, they've reached all the way to the Mists of Pandaria expansion, and that's all well and good, but considering that for many people the end of the classic version of the game ended in Cataclysm.
Here's my question. Do you guys think they're going to do classic WoD? Do you guys think they should have done classic Mists? I feel like classic Mists was kind of this they were stuck between a rock and a hard place. Because didn't they just do like Mop Remix? I feel like they just did Mop Remix, and then the retail players liked Mop Remix. But I think for a lot of people, Mop is like the classic WoW of retail. I was like, wasn't classic WoW the classic WoW of retail? It's like, not really. Because if you really separate the games, I think Mist of Pandaria is... A lot of people say Cataclysm... Oh, sorry. A lot of people say Cataclysm was like the beginning of the end. Or like Cataclysm was like the definitive moment which the game changed. And I think Cataclysm, in hindsight, Cataclysm was kind of like the transition period. And Mist of Pandaria was like, okay, now we are in the current retail era of World of Warcraft. That's what I think. And I think Wrath was kind of the beginning of the end. I think Wrath was whenever they started introducing some systems that snowballed out of control, or really like other problems like itemization stuff kind of came to a head. And then they got to Cataclysm launch and they were like, okay, we need to change a lot of these things. Like the class design, we got to figure it out. So there was like a big revamp, but it was really just a transition period for the game leading into the definitive, the class balance, the class design, all parts of the game had really changed, even to the point of having like one race for the new expansion that could go to either faction. Like, I think that's, like, to me, that's like a definitive retail WoW thing, right? Like where you can choose what faction your race goes to sounds kind of crazy. Am I wrong? Or like, how do you guys, to me, that's like very retail. Abu, thank you for the 10 gifted subs, by the way. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. It's been that way since Pandas. It's just a way for Blizzard to be lazy, not to write as much lore. Maybe. Yeah, maybe it's like a lore thing. Maybe it's a money thing. I don't know. But to me, like, that's what that is. It makes me sad for your prediction for 2 years away, since you're the one going to Blizzard and probably know more than anyone. I mean, it's like you don't really know anything, right? Like, it's just, yeah. Only makes sense if the race itself changes somehow when you go to either faction, High Elf versus Blood Elf. I feel like it needs to have a different silhouette. Like, it needs to, because like part of it is you don't really notice like how their face looks or like the markings on their face, right? It's the silhouette, right? Yeah. I disagree. I think Mop was really good, but WAD felt terrible. Wait, disagree with what part? Because what I think is I feel like you had sorry, real quick. Okay. I feel like you had what I was saying is like Mop was really good for like if you're a retail player, you probably really like Mop. And that's like your version of classic WoW. That's what I was saying. Okay, anyway, let's continue.
It's left quite a big discrepancy with what these players want and what Blizzard is providing, with many even turning to the independently run private servers to fill in that
Makes
void,
sense, Trojan.
as was evidenced with the
Oh, let's see this. Oh, let me go back a second.
players want and what Blizzard is providing, with many even turning to the independently run private servers to fill in that void, as was evidenced with the almost overwhelming popularity of the Turtle WoW server, which just recently announced.
So I think that Turtle WoW did a lot of good things. And while a lot of people say that Blizzard should just basically do exactly what Turtle WoW did, I don't know if they should. I don't know. Not because of the things that Turtle WoW did were bad necessarily or whatever, but like, I think if you have the ability to, like, you're Blizzard, this is your game. You can do more with it than just like kind of jerry rigging the game together and modding it into something crazy, right? That's my opinion. I feel like they can just do better. I think they have the capability of doing better. That's what I should say.
The independently run private servers.
With that being said, I think the High Elves, I think High Elves are like a home run. I know like, for example, Turtle WoW, like with High Elves, like, yeah, they can just take all the animations and everything that like is already in the game with Blood Elves, and that's basically a High Elf, right? I think it's the color of their eyes are different, right? High Elves have blue eyes, Blood Elves have green eyes. But other than that, they're like the exact same. I'm a big proponent of High Elves for the Alliance. Now, here's the problem that you come with is, like, a lot of people say High Elves for the Alliance, Ogres should go Horde. The problem that Blizzard had originally, whenever they created Burning Crusade, they're like, Horde has no pretty race. We need a pretty race for the Horde. Personally, I think that's dumb. That's my own personal opinion. I'm a big believer in Warcraft, and that, Horde is ugly and brutish. Now, to be fair, Blood Elves actually, like, the more you kind of play them, it kind of makes sense that they're Horde. They could kind of fit either way, like Blood Elves here, High Elves there. But just kind of the eyeball test. Now, anyway, continue.
It's evidenced with the almost overwhelming popularity of the Turtle WoW server, which just recently announced its shutdown after a legal battle with Blizzard. Blizzard has flirted with the idea of Classic Plus, with the closest to date being their seasonal servers.
I said this whenever they announced Season of Discovery. I've always thought this. I thought Season of Discovery was basically a beta for Classic Plus.
First, you had this Season of Mastery, which made various raid balance changes.
Season of Mastery kind of
increase
sucked.
The overall difficulty of the PvE portion of the game, which a certain amount of the player base were disappointed with in the 2019 run.
I think they just did it bad. It was too early. It was too soon after Original Classic, whenever like Burning Crusade and stuff was going on, and they just did it bad.
That There's the more intense Season of Discovery, which held quite a few changes, but the most notable being the rune system, which changed the class balance and their functionality and quite drastic.
So the rune system was cool. They revamped it and they got rid of like all the discovery portion of it because it was just too much.
Ways. There were some other things such as
I think Sod was overcooked, Som was undercooked.
Near the end, some pretty popular requests within the realm of Classic Plus, such as a new Scarlet Monastery raid, as well as a quest line for the legendary Ashbringer. Overall, it was kind of a mixed bag, and people were pretty split on it, with some people loving it and some people really disliking it. So there's been a large demand for it for quite a few years now. And
wait, what is this?
Really disliking it. So there's been a large demand.
Grim Reaches level 33 to 30. Is this Turtle WoW stuff?
Some people loving it and some people really disliking it. So there's been a large demand for it for quite a few years.
So I'm a big believer in this for a Classic Plus. Level 30 to level 50 specifically is such a pain point for the Alliance and the Horde at different parts. And it would be really nice to have, I mean, there's so many spots on the map that you can open up. Like take the silhouette of the world of Azeroth. There's so many zones that you could potentially go to and really flesh out this world. I do think it'd be a good idea. And I think Grim Reaches is a Turtle WoW thing. So like I said, Turtle WoW had a lot of good ideas, really.
Now,
do you think they might repeat some ideas from Sod and Classic? Like having a Scarlet Crusade raid, which is a really cool idea. It'd be a shame if they scrapped that just because they already did it. I think that they will probably repeat some things from Sod, but I don't think they should repeat a lot. I feel like Sod was kind of the playground. It kind of felt like a private, like a fun server, like a private server where like they just mess around with stuff, but it wasn't, it didn't really like feel like a fully finished Blizzard product. It kind of felt, to me, it just felt weird. Like it didn't feel like Classic, but I do think there's some stuff that you can learn from it, right? Like Karazhan Crypts. I mean, Karazhan Crypts, Scarlet Enclave, like they did some cool things, right? Maybe they pull from that. Felt like a Carnival Ride server, and it didn't even feel like WoW to me. Yeah, I mean, that's just how I felt. I think Phase 1 was really good, but I said this whenever Sod launched. I said, hey, this is going to snowball out of control. I promise. And like at level 25, when you have like a full level 60 kit, it's just, it's just going to be that way. Right?
And certainly a lot of frustration, especially with Blizzard not providing
Telebeam.
It, and also now shutting.
See, this is one I really think they should add. I think if they went and added like Telebeam, Coltiris, even add Kazan, whatever, however you pronounce it, I think it'd be great. Pat, thank you for the 52 months, dude. Thanks for the barbecue recommendation. It's amazing. Nice, dude. Nice. Thank you for the 52 months, dude. Sorry. So I think if you added Telebeam, I think if you added Coltiris, Kazan, there's so much that you can do. Here's what I would like. I think you add, is it Kazan or Kazan? I don't even know. I think if you do that, the goblins should remain a neutral race. I think goblins should remain neutral race in WoW. And okay, when I mean neutral, I mean not as a playable race. Like the way it is with the Steamweedle cartel and all that, right? And then you can have like this place you could have Kazan be this isle that's basically the Steamweedle isle. And imagine a world where you expand on the Bloodsail Buccaneer stuff. So in vanilla WoW right now, you can like kill a bunch of guys in Booty Bay, Gadgetzan, whatever, and you can grind your Bloodsail Buccaneer rep up. Like that is cool. I think that is cool. Now, when you do that, it makes everybody there aggressive to you, and you can't really use those cities functionally. It's pretty nifty. Like I think that's like a cool thing. So what if they expanded on this idea and gave people an opportunity to align with the Bloodsail Buccaneers a little bit more, and then it's like, okay, you can use Kazan you can use like the Isle for whatever thing it is, like if it's like some mega zone of, it's a neutral capital city or whatever it is, right? I don't know. I haven't thought this out yet. This is like stream of consciousness. But expand on the Bloodsail Buccaneer stuff, and maybe you can earn more like cosmetic things like the Bloodsail Buccaneer hat or anything like that. Even a title, right? Like I think titles are good to have in like a Classic Plus. But yeah, I think this kind of stuff and having kind of the like a South Seas, because people always talked about a South Seas expansion in WoW for years. You could do that. You could have like a big South Seas patch or an expansion in a Classic Plus. And I think this would be like a cool sort of addition. Anyway.
Down the actual Classic Plus Turtle WoW. If you look in the comments of this video, most likely people are not going to have a very Plus Turtle, with Blizzard not providing it, and also now shutting down the actual Classic Plus Turtle WoW. If you look in the comments of this video, most likely people are not going to have a very fond opinion of Blizzard, but whatever you think of them.
What is, I don't know what this is. I don't know what Balor or Lapidus Isle is.
Or not going
Is this, are these like things that it made up?
to have
They
a
just
very
made up?
fond opinion of Blizzard, but whatever you think of them. The point of this video is to just give you the information of why I think there's a 99% chance that it's
Northwind?
probably going to be announced at BlizzCon, at least in some capacity.
New stuff, new
So
zones.
starting here first with some older information,
Interesting.
and that's the survey. Several months ago, Blizzard started sending out surveys to players, which requested for them to not share them publicly, but because it's the internet, of course, that's the first thing they did. It held a variety of questions, many of them relating to typical features and elements related to Classic Plus. This is something that we didn't actually cover previously, but what makes it relevant to this video is that despite its age, none of these features
I want to read some of these
related to Classic Plus.
I mean, I've seen people talk about
questions.
having like a 1v1, like a gladiator dueling arena or something, like a duelers league. A lot of people
Many
have
them
talked about that in
relating to
vanilla.
Typical features and
Could be
elements
cool.
related to Classic Plus. This is something that we didn't actually cover previously, but what
New player character models similar to these for players in modern WoW. What do you guys think about this? If they use, for me, this is a deal breaker. Like I would hate this. Like if you wanted to, you know, put in some modern graphics, like modernize it a little bit with like the lighting, like, you know, you have ray tracing, you have volumetric lighting, you have this kind of, that's one thing, right? In fact, that could be kind of cool. I know there was this like rumor of like private server doing Unreal. I mean, it might have been Turtle doing like trying to remake the game in Unreal, like Unreal Engine 5. I wouldn't want that. I think that would like lose the charm of the game. But something else that has made the game lose its charm for a lot of people is like the retail models. I think retail models, like I don't like them at all. I think they don't look good. They look kind of goofy, derpy. Some of them they're not that different. Like some of the elves kind of look the same, but man, like Tauren just look like freaking plushy dolls. You know, dwarves look stupid. Humans look stupid, right? A lot of these are kind of dumb, but so. You're a brave man. I cannot trust my memory to talk about Classic Plus subject with any potential NDA. Yeah, but what if that's not what happened? What if what everybody says happened is not what happened? So yeah, yeah, very bouncy, dude. Everywhere you're running like this, the humans like they just look stupid, you know. Let's see. What do you think about Classic Plus adding vanilla style identity class systems, like Paladins having a brotherhood system where they protect towns and assist low level players in low level zones, rogues use smuggling networks, warlocks perform rituals? I feel like at that point it's like a different game. I feel like at that point like it's like you're making a whole different game, and I don't know. Yeah. What a weird critique. But you don't think the you don't think the animations are bouncy? I think it's super bouncy. Like, I mean, it could be cool. I just think like that's like we're like talking here, and we need to start here. You gotta build the base before you get to that point. That's all. More polygons, but keep the classic art style. Do you agree? Maybe, right? But I don't like the hair in retail, like for a human anyway. Like I think the hair options look bad. I think the animations are bad. I think the faces look stupid. I think pretty much like it just looks dumb, right? Mono character models and animations are too goofy. Classic is a lot better. Yeah. I think some of the races are butchered, but like stuff like the orc stores and the belt. Yeah, it's like for example, like the elves look kind of the same, I think, but I don't know how you make new art, but somehow keep it in a low resolution. Well, I think you can like, increase the resolution but maintain the same art style. You know? I think you can do that. Too many polygons on the boobs. Didn't they do this with SOD? No, I don't think so. People do it all the time in indie games with retro styling. Yeah, keep it the same graphic style, but add new assets, build upon the game as if it was still in 2004. Yeah, I mean, that's what I think. I think basically you continue the game's design like as if it was 2007, whenever Burning Crusade came out, right? So like Burning Crusade came out January 2007. It's like, hey, right before Burning Crusade came out, let's say the game just took a different trajectory. That's the way that I see it. A lot of the same sort of design principles, keeping the soul of the character design, class design. Now, a lot of this is like, there's so many different parts of building a game and building an MMO where you have like, you're talking about level design, world design, the quests, so you have like, sorry, let me start over. So you have level design, you have quest design, you have, and level design being like the map and the worlds and stuff. You have the art, but what is the art? The art is character models, it's the texture, it's the armor models. Like, there's so many different parts to this. And each single one of these things has changed drastically over the years. So to cut it short, I mean, there's a lot more that we can talk about this. In my opinion, I think that you kind of just need to keep the game going from that point forward. As if you were continuing those same sort of design principles, keeping the soul of what the class was. And I think that a lot of the class design over the years, it kind of like lost its soul from vanilla, kind of a little bit through Burning Crusade, but mostly like as Wrath came in and Cataclysm, and there was like this period of time in WoW where it over homogenized the game. Everybody can do everything. It's cool that certain classes can't do a certain thing, or they can't do a certain thing as well. It's cool that there's an identity. You know, the tanks. Druids are your big, beefy tanks. They have really high armor. They can like take the most damage. Warriors, jack of all trades. You know, you will never have a problem with having a warrior tank. They have the most, you know, active abilities for tanking, most cooldowns, all that kind of stuff. You know, high heavy armor class, they're like kind of your flagship tank. Paladin tank, they're your AoE tanks. You know, they might not be quite as beefy. They might be, you know, they have a lot of spell power, and that's like the fantasy is like the big AoE packs. If there's like, you got to tank a bunch of stuff AoE. That's your class fantasy there. I would even take it a step further, and I think the class, oh my gosh, I'm starting going on a whole tangent of other stuff, but I'll just say this last point. I think when it comes to class design, they need to promote and build upon the current play styles of the individual classes in Vanilla WoW and enable them to be even more, to be E+ what they were, if that makes sense. And, you know, that includes some things like, hey, maybe you do throw Shaman tank a bone. Maybe. I don't think like you should have rogue tank, warlock tank, everybody tank, mage healer. I think those are weird. I don't like that. But I think like specifically like a shaman tank, you want to throw him a bone and make them like, hey, I could have a shaman tank, a 5-man dungeon. That's fine. I think that's totally cool. But kind of, you know, before we go much farther down the rabbit hole, let's kind of tie it back to this video. I'm going to ask you guys a question, and I just tell me what you think. For new player character models, what do you guys think about this in classic, in like a classic plus? For me, this would be a no. Like, I would hate this. Just keep the old ones. No, unnecessary. Big no, nay. No strong feelings. Hard disagree. Higher resolution only. Only models. Yes, low prio as a new player. Okay. It's just a waste of dev time to make the new models. Yeah. Have you recently watched the old 2005 BlizzCon design presentations in WoW? No, but I want to. I found a YouTube channel of like Jeff Kaplan talking about a bunch of stuff. And maybe we will watch it the next couple weeks. Do lower resolution. Just go even lower. Yeah. They should do not modern ones, but the first update from like Wrath Kata. So, okay, did they tighten up the resolution in Wrath Kata? Because I thought they did too, but maybe I'm wrong. Make it grayscale. Remove all models and have floating armor. Okay, yeah. Memes aside, this is kind of how I feel too. I think new player character models would like. I would just hate it. I would just hate it so much.
Makes it relevant to this video is that despite its age, none of these features have been seen in any version of Classic, despite it having like 5 different versions at this point. So all of the information that they've gotten from this survey has yet to be utilized in any public way. So maybe they're just doing nothing with it, or maybe they're using it to guide them with this currently theoretical Classic Plus. Next we have the 2025 Blizzard Yearbook, which details some milestones for the various games. In this yearbook is of course a section about Classic.
Remember, I did this. I posted this on Twitter.
Down with a bang in the Scarlet Enclave. This was the Scarlet Crusade raid I mentioned.
And then I was like, Classic Plus confirmed.
Future of World of Warcraft Classic eyes emoji, and just below that are a series of plus signs. Now, if you're in the Elder Scrolls trailer analysis community, this alone is probably at least a 4-hour video. But due to the large Classic plus-sized elephant in the room, and this following is...
By the way, hold on. Show Hurricane's older WoW trailers when he did them as a fan. It's an easy thing to point out how to use the same graphic aesthetic, but slightly upscaled. That's great, but you know what? So Hurricane does the trailers. WoW Burning Crusade Anniversary trailer. So this was, remember, I like freaked out whenever I saw this. I was mad. You know why? And we love Hurricane. But tell me what you notice about this. This is the Burning Crusade Anniversary trailer. Disgusting behavior. Disgusting. This is a psyop by Blizzard to slowly try and get in your minds and slowly try and make you more and more accustomed to retail models. This is my grand conspiracy. Just like I said when Burning Crusade Anniversary launched, I said, you know what? These guys, these freaking bastards, dude, what are they trying to do? They're trying to freaking mind control you. They're trying to get in your heads. That's what they're trying to do. Disgusting. Disgusting behavior. I hate retail more than I hate Grayson. Look at them. Look at them. Hey, Hurricane. Private server community veteran Hurricane now hired by Blizzard. Fellow private server brother. Make a new trailer for us, but make sure you use those sweet, sweet retail models. Disgusting behavior. Disgusting behavior by Blizzard. Absolutely shameful. How could one have no shame as to sully the good world of Classic WoW with these disgusting, offensive models to me? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if they would actually do that, but but I did notice that whenever this came out, and I was pissed. I was like, they're doing it. They're trying to get in your head.
Snippet about the Season of Discovery, which is Blizzard's closest thing to Classic Plus so far. Many people see this as a tease for an official Classic Plus, which I think is reasonable. Throughout the development and run of Season of Discovery, if you notice, the developer said many times that the whole thing was an experiment and they wanted to see what worked and what didn't work. Quoting the team directly in this blue post, we have Season of Discovery was always meant to be an ephemeral seasonal experience, and while it became so much more for a time, we're extremely excited about the things we're working on for the future. So the thought process here being that the reason for an experiment is to gain information for a bigger project. So I take this as the season of discovery, especially due to its eventual end date, was just this testing ground for a more solid foundation for presumably
I agree completely. I said this. I was on the floor at BlizzCon.
If this is true, this could even give you a rough idea of what their version of Classic Plus could be based on the feedback of Season of Discovery. You know, what did players generally like and dislike about the season? That itself is up for debate and would set this video way off focus, so I'll just leave that for you to argue about in the comments. Next up, we have the 2026 State of Azeroth. This is a new thing they're doing, I guess. It's kind of like a mini preview of what's coming up in the year for all forms of World of Warcraft, Classic included. And while the 2026 version was more focused around housing in Retail WoW, now they're adding a 7th form of monetization to the game. Yes, I counted. They did also have this weird mention / tease of Classic that's, well, I mean, I'll just play it here for you.
And that's not all we're cooking up. I can say with confidence that all Classic players across the globe have a lot to look forward to. I'm really excited to announce that... I guess we'll save that for later.
Did you get that? I'll play it again.
I'm really excited to announce that...
The numbers! Pepe Sylvia meme.
One more time.
I'm really excited to announce that...
Yeah, I have no fucking idea. It's Holly something. But yeah, this was the big tease. So, a rational person would say, they wouldn't blue ball the players unless it's something really big, right? And obviously the biggest thing that they could do is Classic Plus, without a doubt. But hold on. This is Blizzard Entertainment, who, aside from the Cosby Suite, are entirely out of touch with their player base. At this point, there's been quite a rich history of them hyping something up, and then it turns out to be a mobile Diablo game or something.
To be fair, Diablo is kind of owning right now. People really, really like Diablo right now. Hey, I'm super new here. Is this a normal stream length, or are you celebrating something? Either way, pretty cool. Well, we're just getting started. Extra mild sauce. We're just getting started. Welcome to the stream, dude.
We'd also like to let you know that the forges here at Blizzard are burning hot, and we have multiple Diablo projects in the works.
3 weeks later.
The current plan is to be
this was a really bad time in Diablo's history.
And iOS. We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Did you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones.
This is a really, really bad time for Diablo. This is amazing.
Yeah, remember that shit? Oh, we got some big news for you Diablo fans. Fucking Netflix series that never saw the light of day and the raping of your childhood. So, this could go either way. If Blizzard were normal, this could be taken as a clear tease for Classic Plus, but as we know, they're not normal. Next, we have the
Vel, thank you for the 50 months, dude.
This year in January, Agrand announced his diminished involvement with the 2019 line of Classic, which again is in Pandaria, as well as Anniversary, which is now
true. That was another thing that Agrand said.
Boosts, and likely soon the WoW token. Told you so, by the way, just in case you forgot, because I definitely didn't. But in the same post,
here's the thing though with the WoW token, it's crazy because people are now asking for the WoW token. Like, and I understand why the WoW token works the way it does. I understand the math, but like, it's just so lame. It's just so cringe. Because people just swipe anyway. I'm tired of being banned for 2 weeks. They just need to, no, stop. And then people are like, well, easy for you to say, people give you gold. That's true. People do give me gold. But like, I still have my epic flying. So don't give me that much gold. What does cringe mean? It's like, you know, whenever like 25-year-old girls say something gives them the ick, that's what cringe means.
He announced his change, because I definitely didn't. But in the same post, he announced his change from production to design, and that he's working on the future of Classic. But if that future isn't Anniversary of the 2019 line, what could it be? That leaves only a new project and some people conclude that what new project could it be other than Classic Plus?
Right.
And lastly, we have a repetition of history. Earlier we talked about the
Turtle WoW got shut down, and then that Nostalrius and the other private servers got shut down. Then we got Classic.
Very highly received, and because of that, it became quite popular. And because it became popular, it pinged Blizzard's radar, leading to the lawsuit and upcoming shutdown. And I mentioned this because of two things.
Dude, poor guy Shagu.
Lawsuit and
so this lawsuit happened. This guy Shagu. Shagu has nothing. Shagu is an add-on developer. And he was thrown into this, but he's an add-on dev. Like, I used to use Shagu's add-ons years ago. But like Shenna and Kroggy, where's Kroggy's in this? Was Kroggy in this? Kroggy's somewhere. But dude, Shenna and Kroggy being in this was crazy because there was like a big conspiracy that the people running Elysium were running Turtle WoW, and Elysium had like a big drama where they were like stealing from people, they like taking money and stuff. So now Turtle WoW has turned out to be a martyr. But if you're like a private server veteran and you know the whole history, people hated Elysium. So that's why Shenna didn't go by Shenna. She went by Torta, because nobody would have trusted a project from them after what happened. So it's kind of funny, like if you're like an OG private server guy, like you kind of know like all this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I think her name was Torta, which is pretty funny. Yeah. Shagu got scared off because of this. Yeah, Shagu was a great add-on developer.
Coming shutdown. And I mentioned this because of two things. One, in the terms of the lawsuit, Blizzard wanted all the data and everything to do with the project. And two, we have a fairly similar situation to the Nostalria shutdown leading to Classic 2019. So this is just about 10 years ago now, but there was once a private server named Nostalrius that was just simply a vanilla private server. It was the old version of
It's crazy that people don't know this.
Recreated. And
like so many people don't know the history of private servers and how we got Classic WoW and how we got to this point. Like I really wish somebody would make a movie like factually documenting like everything that happened, all the steps, like behind the scenes, like, you know, I mean, there's not very many people even in the world that like know all the details. Like I know a lot, but like, I don't know everything, right? It would be really cool. Like it would, I know a lot of it, but I know I don't know 100% of everything. But like, if somebody made like a documentary about like how we got Classic WoW, would be kind of crazy.
It was run pretty well by an independent group of people.
Yeah, I know.
It was fairly stable.
I don't know all of it.
Combine that with the fact that Blizzard was still adamantly refusing that anybody actually wanted to play it. It became quite popular, and just like Turtle WoW, popular enough that they would become a threat to Blizzard's player base and IP, and so they sent a cease and desist, which they did end up complying to. However, they did also send an invitation to their offices in California, where they had a chat relating to vanilla World of Warcraft in some capacity.
Go to Blizzard Facebook and like my post. Go to Blizzard Facebook and like my post about Nostalrius. It's the very first post. Got 17 likes. Need more. Come on. Nice.
Vanilla World of Warcraft in some capacity. Then, in the next year's BlizzCon, in November of 2017, the announcement of Classic 2019 was made. That ran all the way until 2021, at which point they released level boosts, which is when this highly attractive and intelligent YouTube channel named Mad Season Show predicted the later release of the WoW token, which a portion of the player base adamantly refuted, and that Blizzard would never do such a thing in a million years, at which point the WoW token was later released, and then all of these people disappeared into the fucking bush like Homer J. Simpson. But the point here obviously being that there has been a precedent of Blizzard shutting down a popular private server shortly before announcing their own similar server.
Somebody is trolling. See you in Legion. I love Blizzard. Somebody's trolling during the shutdown.
So, Nostalria shut down in 2016. 2017, the Classic announcement, which could precede the Turtle shutdown in 2026, followed with the Classic Plus announcement. Regarding the data, I personally don't know about this one, but some people believe it, so I still wanted to at least mention it. But some people think because Blizzard is getting all of the data of the various features of Turtle WoW, that they're just going to copy paste it. I don't believe this for two reasons. One, first being I highly doubt it would be that simple. As far as I understand, Turtle WoW's foundation was 1.12 Vanilla WoW, which was the old client that Blizzard has.
Yeah, when Mad Season is 1,000% right about this. It just doesn't work that way.
Said in the past that they can't go back to because it has all of these old security vulnerabilities and other various exploits.
Yeah.
And number two, I think, is that they're probably just pretty set on doing their own thing. Would kind of be a blow to their ego to just copy paste a private server. So I don't know. I just have my.
I mean, I think here's the problem. This is the honest to God truth. Most of this stuff that they're showing as like things they want to do in Turtle or have done in Turtle, most of these things are no-brainers. Like the concept of like completing Ashara is a no-brainer, right? The concept of opening up Gilneas and going through the Greymane Wall is kind of a no-brainer, right? So like it's not necessarily being, or Hyjal, right? Like this isn't necessarily something creative. It's a cool idea that I think most people agree with. This is what people want to see, right? Now there's some things like Blackstone Isle. This thing, like Blackstone Isle. There's some things like this that are completely original to what the Turtle, the private server, did, right? And this is coming from me as a like, I'm a private server veteran. Okay, we love private servers. Okay, at least we used to, right? I haven't really played on one in a long time, right? Because I can't stream it anymore. But like that's literally how I came back to WoW. If it wasn't for private servers, I never would have played WoW again. However, with all that being said, I'm not an idiot. I know how the world works. I know how life works. This image kind of goes, it goes for the private servers too, right? And this is why they legally have precedent to be able to shut it down, is because at the end of the day, like, yeah, technically Blizzard is taking technically the private servers are taking the IP of somebody else and using it for their own yada, 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 right? Now, it sucks, but it is, that's why they have the ability to do that, you know?
First was 1.12 because it has all of these old security.
You just have to hope that they do all this and better.
And other
now, will they? We'll see.
Various exploits. And number two, I think, is that they're probably just pretty set on doing their own thing. Would kind of be a blow to their ego to just copy paste a private server. So I don't know. I just have my doubts in that regard, but I still wanted to mention it because some people have brought it up. So we have Classic Plus surveys, Season of Discovery experiment, the yearbook tease, the 2026 State of Azeroth weird tease thing, cryptic developer blogs, private server, precedents. Of course, there's nothing rock solid yet, but I do believe that there is enough information all pointing towards one thing. To me, the most convincing sign is the eyes emoji with the plus signs.
Dude, I tweeted this and just like as a meme, but it's so funny.
It's coincidental. So I personally would be pretty surprised if they didn't announce it at this year's BlizzCon, especially since they teased it so much in various different ways. Unless
that's true.
They're maybe going to do another Netflix series that will never materialize, or a mobile version of Classic that's monetized in borderline illegal ways, which will still be entertaining. So it's a win-win in my book. So this all just leaves one question: will it be good? Is it going to be Classic Plus? Yep. Or Turtle Minus, as my friend Clubs likes to put it. Again, if you scroll down, you'll probably find the general sentiment in the comments. People, for some inexplicable, totally unreasonable reason, have lost faith in Blizzard. I'm not really sure why. I think that they're personally doing a bang-up job. I mean, just look at the impeccable quality of content they've been putting out.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
What even is this? What is this from? I don't even know.
Maybe if they add an 8th form of monetization, they could surpass the One Punch Man levels of animation. The unalienable fact is that it has a potential to be good, which was shown quite well with Turtle WoW, of course. So that leaves the actual question of, is Blizzard able to realize that potential, which we'll have to see. I do think that it will be pretty heavily monetized. I don't really think there's any way of getting around that. It's just kind of the culture of the company.
I think it probably also, I hope not, but like, dude, these
Jeff Kaplan actually came out and spilled the tea with a lot of the background shenanigans that went on with Blizzard at the time of his departure. Surely you know him.
To be fair, this isn't the same Blizzard of 5 years ago. Was it 5 years ago? To be fair, it's not the same Blizzard of 5 years ago, but even so.
Mr. Tiggle Biddies himself, longtime World of Warcraft developer and the father of Overwatch. Overwatch was pretty much his baby, and he shared a story recently of their CFO, their chief financial officer, bringing him into his office and saying, okay, you need to hit these profit margins or people are going to be fired, and it's going to be your fault that they're going to be fired.
For me, like what sort of ultimately broke me in my Blizzard career was I got called in the CFO's office, and he sits me down and he says, he gives me a date, which at the time was 2020 and was going to slip to 2021, but at the time it was 2020. And he said, Overwatch has to make in 2020.
This is, by the way, this is insane to me. This is so insane to me because how do you predict that? You can't predict how much money something is going to make. You can make an educated sort of prediction. Like projection, sorry. You can make an educated projection to some degree. Yes, I understand that. But you don't know exactly how much money it's going to make. You know what I mean? That to me, that's like insane.
And then every year after that, it needs a
like you can
revenue.
kind of forecast a little bit, but like it's like, come on, like you didn't make however $1 billion or whatever, you know?
In 2020. And then every year after that, it needs a recurring revenue.
Like,
and then he
crazy.
says to me, if it doesn't do dollars,
true, the context matters.
We're going to lay off 1,000 people, and that's going to be on you.
That is especially crazy.
And that was just the biggest fuck you moment I had in my career. It felt surreal to be in that condition. And as somebody who's worked on a lot of games, made a lot of games, you get in these meetings where they're like, Fortnite has 1,400 people working on it. If you just hire 1,400 people and make it free to play, we'll make that money, right? And that was, I had believed I would never work anyplace but Blizzard. I loved it. It was a part of who I was. And I felt I was a part of it. And I literally thought I would retire from the place. I never thought the day would come.
That particular CFO is no longer working at Blizzard, but I do believe that this is sort of what lies at the core of the company today. It's just this sort of brutal corporate atmosphere that really stifles any sort of creative integrity.
Hey, you! Stop bullying the multi-billion-dollar company!
So, along with the Classic Plus announcement, I am also expecting level boosts, WoW tokens, other similar forms of monetization. Probably not at launch, but most likely in the months following the launch, which I think is just something that you're going to have to accept if you want to play it, is my prediction. People have been asking if I'll play it. I don't know. I haven't actually played in over a year. Ever since I got into OSRS, it's been more than enough for me, but I've kind of grown to accept that I wouldn't be able to resist the heroin unless it just looks really terrible. But yeah, we'll see. No promises either way. Thanks again to the sponsor of this video, War Thunder. Play for free today on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and mobile by using my link in the description.
Yeah, we love Mad Season. Mad Season, longtime friend, just great dude all around. We love Mad Season. Yeah, man. I mean, I think it makes a lot of fair points here, right? Like, unfortunately for Blizzard, but fortunately for us, I think for a lot of people, like kind of coming from the private server community and, like for me, I'm like, you know, OG private server community, not from Turtle. Like, I understand what the expectation is, and I'll tell you, a lot of where that push for classic WoW came from originally came from Nostalrius, and like that whole sort of like, that whole sort of storyline, doing the progressive itemization, doing the Blizz-like patch cycle and all these things. So back in like 2018, 2019, whenever Classic got announced and all this stuff happened, Like I had a chance to like actually go to Blizzard and it was very private, right? But I would talk to them a lot, and I kept in touch with people like Omar Gonzalez like very, very closely, and was regularly talking about like the development of Classic and what people would want. And one of the things that came up is I pushed for progressive monetization really, really hard. The concept of the items getting updated with like the normal patch cycle. They didn't budge on that one, unfortunately, and I think that was a key element of what made those private servers so good. One of the other key elements was the amount of patches that there were. Vanilla WoW had 11 patches, and while you didn't exactly need 11 patches, you definitely needed like probably 8. Like you needed a lot of patches for a consistent content release, but also to separate some things out with, you know, keeping things interesting and also like having like content wise, but then also like the scaling of the game, right? Originally, Blizzard only wanted to have 4 patches for Classic WoW. They wanted to have 1 patch that was for each like flagship raid, kind of treating it like retail. And this is something that they've done in retail for years. 1 patch equals 1 new raid tier. And they wanted to have 4 for Molten Core on launch. They wanted Molten Core on launch. Then they wanted, so really this is like 3 patches, right? So 1 on launch, and then they wanted BWL like 6 months later. And then they wanted AQ like 6 months after that, and 6 months like roughly, right? And then 6 months after that, they would do Nax. And then maybe after 6 months, they would do, who knows, right? Maybe they go Burning Crusade or whatever. What I said is, this is going to kill your game. Like, this is just not going to work. You need to have, I said you need 8, but at the bare minimum, you need 6 patches. And they actually ended up budging. They said, okay, we're not going to do this. You're right. And then they ended up doing 7. So pretty good. Because if they ended up doing 4 patches, I think it would have just killed the game like straight up. Vanilla is very different than how it is in the later expansions. Like even Burning Crusade is like 4 patches. Wrath, I think, is 3, you know? But vanilla specifically, like how you need to treat vanilla, it's very delicate. All MMOs are very delicate. But it's like stuff like that. And there's a lot more, right? I'm going to kind of keep it to this video, but yeah, I think this is a great video for Mad Season, man. I think Mad Season is so great. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see him making a Classic Plus video like this. I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of people think it's going to come at BlizzCon. I think if they do bring it at BlizzCon, they've teased it a bunch. I might be a crackhead, but I feel like it wouldn't make sense for them to put out a Wrath Anniversary and Classic Plus at the same time or same year or something. I think overlapping them would be dumb. But then again, Blizzard just happens to like keep doing this thing where they just like obviously make the wrong decision. So who knows? Who knows? My prediction is that they'll have Classic Plus not next year, not in 2027, but it will be 2028, and then 2027 will be the Wrath of the Lich King year. So, yeah. But yeah. Is Blizzard talking about? Yeah. Wrath next year and Classic Plus end of the year we'll check out. Yeah, I think so. 2028 is so late for Classic Plus hype wise. Maybe. Damn shit talking Blizzard after they invited you. Why do you think they invited me? I'm keeping it real. Like, why do you think they invited me? You know, because I'm brutally honest. Hey, all the way, hey, dude, 10 years ago or however, 8 years ago, whenever I first started talking to them, here's the thing, I'm very honest, but I'm not like mean or rude about it. Like, I'm just like, this is exactly what I think, and this is why. And I always have like some sort of like logical explanation, or at least semi-logical explanation for it. And I think people really appreciate that, because you need to hear these things. You need to hear. You can't surround yourself with yes men. It'll never be good, you know? Typing. Let's see. No concurs. Chat, I concur. You need yes fans, not yes mans. True. I played on the best of all Blizzard for 12 hours. I guess that. Oh, really? I've never heard of it. Phase 2 in a few days.
Simple fool.
Oh my gosh, look at this. So this is Hurricane. 10 years ago, he made this video. This guy works for Blizzard now.
Simple fool.
Private server guy.
I refuse to concede defeat. All realities, all dimensions are open to me. Surely you did not think you could win.
I did not wish to lower myself by engaging your kind, but you leave me little choice. Bella Mare underline. What is life?
I'll be the better for it.
This is a good raid tier.
I have not come this far to be stopped. Future I have planned will not be jeopardized.
The pre-nerf version of that 5 is amazing. That fight is amazing. The pre-nerf version of the Kael'thas fight is so good, dude. So good. Real quick, and I'll do this. Hold on, I should do this. So, anyway, just to kind of wrap up the React. Sorry. Anyway, just to kind of wrap up the React to. All right, let me do this. All dimensions, all realities. Dude, we're changing. We're like moving some stuff around, and I gotta get my room figured out, man. We go over the fights on raid night. So on Tuesday, we're gonna go over the fights for my raid group. We're going to do Gruels and Mags just real quick, and then we're gonna do Gruels and Mags real quick, and then we're gonna go over the fights. On Tuesday, we're gonna do that. I still need to do my tier 5 attunement too. My Tempest Keep attunement, and I need to kill Nightbane actually. Anyway, sorry. So to wrap things up, anyways, everybody should check out Mad Season. We love Mad Season here. He's a good friend for a long time, and it was a great video. So you guys can, I'm assuming we're gonna make a reaction video to this. So, you can get a link to his video in the description below if you guys want to go see that. So go watch that. Go leave him a comment, leave him a like, and thank you guys for watching. I do a lot of different stuff on this channel. You can scroll through my YouTube and you'll see all the VODs for all my live streams are here. I'm multi-stream, but then also I do a lot of classic WoW talk. That's kind of how I got started years and years ago. But then also I do a lot of IRL and other games and just a lot of different things here. So hope you guys like the channel. Hope you guys like being a part of the community. If you want to, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. Cool. Stream's not done, but I'm done reacting to that. I think it was a great video. Good luck with your other family. No, stream's not over, chat. And I will turn on alerts. Jim Edge. Thank you, Jim Edge, for the 3 months. Great stream. Glad it's finally over. Balding. Okay, Balding Gauge. Brother, I have 3 minutes left until I get my plush. Please don't go Bible Thump. Wait, what? What plush? Do we have drops? Is there WoW drops right now? Your mic arm plus the logo on your shirt make it look like the state of Minnesota. Oh, the WoW category has drops right now? Okay. We'll stay in the WoW section for a little bit for drops. But then also, I'm probably going to end up playing more WoW tonight as well. But not until, Do we do Baldur's Gate first? I kind of want to do Baldur's Gate. The Starforge is always on sale. Yeah, that's the trick. You just always say you're having a sale. I said, how are you feeling? I'm feeling good, except for my left eye has been bothering me a little bit. I should do my attunement. Yes, I should. But yeah, I'll do more of the attunement stuff tonight. That's good. What's up, Waroth War? How are you, man? Oh, I do want to react to something else. Oh, this will be okay. I'm going to react to this video. It'll be funny. All right, chat. You guys play along. Okay. I think this would be such a funny bait react. Dude, some of these people are so triggered, dude. It's just like the social awareness is so... Okay, another room. I actually want to make a video out of this, but you guys need to play along. Okay. Okay, so apparently there's this Wowhead article that went out earlier today, and I think this is worth looking at because it's kind of it's very speculative, but it's really, really interesting to think about. So, did Blizzard invite streamers to test Classic Plus last week? Last week, WoW Classic content creator Zaryu announced that he would be visiting Blizzard headquarters in Irvine, California. While Zaryu was unable to say why he was invited to visit, many in the community began to speculate that this could be related to the mysterious next chapter for WoW, known by the community as Classic Plus. Okay, wow, okay. So hold on, what did he say? The frick?
I did just get approval to say that I will be gone a little bit next week. Bad news. Because I am visiting Blizzard next week.
What?
Good news. For something that I cannot say, but I will be there. And I just got permission to say that.
What?
I can't say what it's for, but I will be visiting Blizzard.
That's insane.
Next week.
I mean, but this could mean like a million things.
Mods, can we get a clip on that real quick?
That could mean like a million things. As the week continued on, other prominent WoW Classic content creators began to show up at Blizzard campus in Southern California as well, including Esfand, Guzu, Savix, and Soda Poppin. Who are these guys? Guzu, Savix, and Soda Poppin. That's insane. Okay. Had a great time at Blizzard campus. Okay. Okay. While none of the streamers have disclosed the reason for their visit to Blizzard campus, all these content creators have heavy involvement in the Classic community and have spoken about what they would like to see in a future version of WoW Classic. But what exactly is Classic Plus? Well, there's much debate over what the future game could be. Esfand recently summarized his Classic Plus wish list. Okay. While opinions vary, many in the community believe that Classic Plus should be an extension of the vanilla WoW world where characters do not progress beyond level 60 and maybe the Dark Portal never even opens. Many cite the Burning Crusade pre-patch as a great starting point with access to new spells and talents that help balance the specializations. Yeah, I mean, like, I think this is actually pretty much exactly how I feel. Burning Crusade pre-patch is a great starting point. The Dark Portal never opens. I mean, this is something that I've been saying for a long time. I don't know. I don't know what these guys even talked about, or I don't know what these guys said, or what, or even I don't even know why these guys were invited, to be honest. But like, to me, I think this is it's definitely concerning, because who are these people? Like, why did they invite them? I think this is a huge concern. It's super weird that they invited them. Season Discovery was a great experimental project, and many players agree that the rune system went too far, and the seasonal game mode was a little too different from the original classic. What many players do agree on, I mean, I would agree with this, yeah. What many players do agree on is the expansion of content that SOD provided, Karazhan Crypts and Scarlet Enclave Raid. There are so many other pieces of content that could exist within the vanilla setting, including Gilneas, Oldham, Mount Hyjal, Grim Batol, Dalaran, Twilight Highlands, Timral Hold, Karazhan. The list goes on. The amount of content that could exist in a vanilla setting is staggering. That's why many content creators and members of the community believe that a future version of Classic set in the original world of Azeroth is on the way. Really? Could Blizzard be planning to reveal this new forever Classic game mode at BlizzCon later this year? Only time will tell. I mean, I don't necessarily know if a Classic Plus would be forever Classic. Why do you think content creators were invited to Blizzard's campus last week? Do you think it has to do with the development of Classic Plus, or could it be something else? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. I mean, I think this is kind of weird. I think this is kind of weird, right? Like, it's just kind of this crazy thing. Personally, I don't really care for or really know any of these people. And it's like, why would you invite them? Streamers ruin everything they touch, and I haven't thought of a reason as to why I hate streamers so much yet, but I just hate them. I hate them so much. So I really think it was stupid that Blizzard did this, and I hate Blizzard, and I hate the streamers as well. I mean, just streamers are just so obnoxious. But why do you guys think they invited them? Esfand, next time you're in Alabama, hit me up. We eat crack and I'll share. Thank you, but I'm not interested. Play WAD Classic. Is that Blizzard are gonna save on testing? More like Turtle Miners. Dude, I will say this. It's actually insane. Blizzard needs to stop giving streamers the time of day, as does anyone following them. Says the person paying for Wowhead. like come on, you know what I mean? Like, like people are just so angry and jealous. Yeah, it still blows my mind that people give their hard-earned money to these dudes. Just Lamau. Honey, I'm sending Esfand $100 a month. He definitely needs it more than we... Wait, why me? It makes these people so mad. How... Dude, how do they get this angry? Isn't that Chance guy dating some anime picture? Sus. Savix, thank you for the 65 months. Thank you, dude. Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny, dude. Oh, it is so funny.
Here's a hundo. You need it more than me.
Yeah, exactly. Real Cronin, thank you for the $100. Thank you. Let's see. Thank you for the 100 bits. I'm Real Cronin. Thank you, dude. If they want classical listen, they did coax Jevin Court and some of the original team out of retirement, give them carte blanche. I appreciate many of those streamers are serious about Blizzard and Classic Plus, right? But they're not game designers. Actually, you know what? This is true. But you know what's the funniest thing about this article, actually? Here's the funniest thing about this article. Literally nobody knows or says anything about having anything to do with Classic Plus. But all these people just take it as fact. Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny?
Yo!
The only thing streamers are good for is muting, putting on in the background for 4 hours to get a Twitch drop. Dude, these people are so angry. Streamers literally made Classic happen. Streamers with a push that made Classic happen. It's like the game that they're obsessing over and they spend their entire lives playing. I hate these streamers. Dude, it's actually crazy. It's so funny. Slipped up. With how NDAs are and guarantees don't like who's going to slip up. If you leaked anything or said it by accident, it's a marketing stunt, carefully planned. Dude is probably allowed as the only one to make a sneak. Dude, that's not even. That's so funny. People will always do this thing too, where they'll say this or they'll say that. And be like, oh, Savik said it on his stream. Savik said it, you can talk about it. But that's... it's so funny. Today's stream is 7 hours long, 7 hours a day. I'm not watching over 7 hours of ranting for one time. No, it is. I think a lot of people are. Either you or someone else, the right segment you speak up, or you provide us an accurate timestamp. But going on post being like, oh my god, it's true. So I want to reimburse the case and I'm playing for it. My 2 cents. Oh my gosh. Dude. These are the exact people I don't want influencing Classic Plus. It's the fastest way to ruin it before it launches. Most streamers have no idea what they're talking about and aren't in touch with normal activities. Like farming gold is a simple example. Please keep these people away from the development of the game. Dude. It's crazy. Because like... these people have no idea how bad Classic 2019 would have been. They have no idea. It would have been. No. It's. Dude. Fact, all streamers that were anti-streamer died. That's actually true. All the anti-streamer servers in 2019 died. Remember that? It's so funny. Yeah, the guy's name is Actual Troll.
Fact.
Streamers just gonna play for 3 months and move on. That's true. That's not true. People always say that, but it's just not true. Now, it depends. Different streamers play differently, right? Some streamers are bad streamers like myself, and we like the game too much and we keep playing it, even though you should move on and go stream something else. 100%. I absolutely agree. But some of those streamers that are bad, like myself, they care way the hell too much for this game when they should have quit it like 6 years ago. Okay? But I, for some reason, can't help myself because I'm stupid. You know what I mean? We play Classic Plus if it's not based on TBC. I mean, I think Classic Plus, I think the starting point of the design needs to be the Burning Crusade pre-patch. But I think it should be based on vanilla. I thought you stopped playing WoW for a long time. I stopped playing, well, here's the thing. I only really play Burning Crusade and vanilla. So my version of WoW didn't really exist. And I didn't really have anything I wanted to do in vanilla again. But I did want to do Burning Crusade again. So it's like, I just don't play the other versions because I just don't like them. So, anyway. You don't like Wrath? No, not really. A dude just came out of the portal? Like an orc? They're invading? If they're gonna take on new classes for Classic Plus, I don't think they should do any new classes, no. I think as far as new races go, I think High Elves and Ogres. I just think High Elves and Ogres is the play. I don't like Goblin. I like Goblin staying as a neutral race. I don't like Murloc. I think Murlocs are too stupid. Yeah, but you like Goblin D's nuts. What the? I worry Classic Plus will inevitably end up in the same spot as retail if they have the same monetary focus as retail. I think that, but also like the game needs soul, man. The game needs soul, and I think what happens whenever a game goes on for too long, people kind of optimize the soul out of it. And you see this with everything. You see this with the player base, you see this with the devs, you see this with everything about this game and everything about MMOs. Like, I truly believe this. I think there's like, I think there's 4 people, basically. I think the people that truly understand what WoW is at its core in Classic. Oh man, it's so, I mean, I don't want to limit it to these people, but like, there's a number of them, okay? I would say there's a handful of people that truly understand what WoW Classic really is and what World of Warcraft, right? And an emphasis on World of Warcraft really is from a gameplay perspective. I mean, obviously Chris Metzen is Chris Metzen, lore, all that stuff, but I'm talking about what it is from like the game design perspective. It's a handful of people that really get it. Jeff Kaplan, Tom Chilton, Rob Pardo, Alan Adham, and Kevin Jordan. I would say that handful of people. Who really get it. And Michael Jordan. Yeah, what's up, Gio? Like, I think, yeah. If you didn't say Kevin Jordan, I was gonna riot. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, right? I have a lot of respect for a lot of these other people. Like for example, I've talked to a lot of these people and like people that are, but I'm talking about the core of Classic WoW when it first started. Okay. But like, that's why whenever I've had the chance, like I've never talked to Alan Adham or Tom Chilton or Rob Pardo, right? But I've gotten to talk extensively with a lot of these people. Like Jeff Kaplan is, dude, talking to somebody like a Jeff Kaplan or a Kevin Jordan is such a joy. Like, it's like you feel like when you're talking to them, you can't help but turn into a sponge, because everything they say when they're talking about game design or whether they're talking about WoW or other games, like it's gold. Like you have to listen, and you really have to, like, everything these guys are saying, like, you have to learn from it. You know? It's like, I feel so lucky to get to talk to some of these guys. Now, with that being said, there's some people that are You want to know who's the one person? Actually, I'm not even going to say this one because nobody's gonna believe me or agree with me, so there's no point in saying it. You're just gonna think so never mind. There's one person out there that I'm like, and I think this happens to a lot of people. We're like, okay, but then like then I've talked to him, and then he like repeats back to me some of the things that I say, and I very strongly believe about WoW and the design of classic WoW and all these things. Sequisha, thank you for the raid. What's up, man? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, what's up, everybody? Thank you for the raid, dude. Yeah, we're talking about a little bit of classic WoW, classic plus. I'm gonna play some Baldur's Gate today here. Sorry, I turned off followers only mode. Thank you for the 93 months, by the way, Sequisha.
Yo.
Thank you, dude. Thank you for the raid too, man. But yeah, we gotta like if a classic plus happens, we gotta play with Sequisha. That'd be great. I just finished Baldur's Gate 3 run. Yeah, we're gonna play a little bit of Baldur's Gate. So, but anyway, I was gonna say there's one guy. I'm not gonna say that I've gotten a chance to talk to, and I was like, it's almost like it's funny because he says a lot of the things that I agree with. Even like kind of some like crazy takes that I don't really hear a lot of people talking about. He's like repeated these things to me, and I'm like, huh? Wait, what? And it's just kind of surprising, but maybe someday I'll tell you. So, yeah. Dragon Ball Z mod for Baldur's Gate 3, really? Sunday, Pog. It is Sunday. Do you really not think that a new game huge reset will happen after Last Titan? I don't know. Classic reverse. We start at level 1 in Eastern Plagueland Skeletons, hit 60 in the original starting zones. You know what would be another really interesting thing to talk about? And maybe I'll save this for another time. Maybe I'll save this for another video. But I'll tease it. Once I have my thoughts gathered a little bit better. When do the events of World of Warcraft happen? Is it 10 years after Warcraft 3? 5 years after? I'm trying to see. So you have the first war, the second war, and the third war. Then World of Warcraft. Oh. Okay, World of Warcraft happens in year 617 by the King's calendar. Okay, so World of Warcraft happens 5 years after Warcraft 3 in the timeline. What if it was 1 year? Well, I guess 1 year after is the Battle of Mount Hyjal. 1 year after that is the Frozen Throne. Oh, wait, hold on. The World Tree of Teldrassil is planted off the shore of Darkshore. Okay, so I guess this has to be like the Great Lakeshire Drought and the Great Ironforge Flood caused a portal being opened within the lake to Ironforge without a liquid filter. Wait, what? What is this? Cycle of Hate. Wait, what is this? Wait, what? Oh, that's just some like bullshit they threw in there, I think. What Warcraft was it that Ironforge was, or sorry, that Stormwind got destroyed? Was it Warcraft 2? Or was it Warcraft 1? Dude, imagine if they made Classic Plus Ruins of Stormwind. Stormwind is gone. and you have the ruins of Stormwind. And Classic Plus was actually Classic Minus, and they went back in time. Holy. That would be crazy. That would be insane. And instead of having Stormwind and Varian Rin, Anduin Rin, King Arthas Menethil of Lordaeron. Holy cinema! And there's no undead. There's no undead for the Horde. They don't exist yet. Uther lives. Absolute cinema. Where World of Warcraft actually, instead of it being way after Warcraft 1 and 2, it starts where Warcraft 1 is. That would be insane. Then you would have no Lich King, and WoW without Lich King can't exist. What if a Lich King? No, there will always be a Lich King. But that story has already been told, but what if it was told as an MMO? That would be crazy. Sometimes bro cooks so much that I'm worried that Gordon Ramsay is going to do a Kitchen Nightmares episodes on him. All right, whatever. All right, I'm just spouting off some random thoughts now. But anyway, I think everybody's idea for a Classic Plus is pretty much the same thing, like the baseline. And I think a lot of it, that's why like there's not like a huge degree of creativity. It's just what version of that, right? Like the Turtle WoW kind of blueprint, you know, oh, open up Hyjal, you know, Oldham, Caverns of Time, this, that, whatever, right? It's things that everybody obviously wants that. And I think it's less about the what and more about the how. How are they going to implement these things within the game in a way that fits, that it feels like classic, and in a way that is just good? Is it good at the end of the day? Is it classic? Is it good? And are people going to like it? We'll see. I don't know. I hope so. I do hope so. In the end, it's just Zug Zug, maybe. Classic Plus is a board game. All right. Anyways, I don't know. This might be another video or not. I don't know how Gorthax would want to package this, but anyway, we talk about a lot of stuff on my stream and talk about a lot of different games, a lot of different gaming news. I did start kind of my streaming kind of content creation kind of began with Classic WoW and all this stuff, and way before Classic actually came out. I was a big private server guy, got banned, and was one of the guys kind of leading the charge for Classic to even become a thing. So it's kind of cool to see where we are now, like 8-9 years later. And I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed being part of the community. Leave a comment, leave a like, let me know what you think, and we'll see you guys next time. Okay, good YouTube video. You guys ready to play some Baldur's Gate? Dude, my left eye is bugging out. Chat, you ready for Baldur's? I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Dude, yesterday I felt bad, by the way. I was pooping a lot. Order food, get Taco Bell. Taco Bell, product placement, Taco Bell. Can you play Diablo 4 so I can gift a sub for the drop? Okay. Chad, if you guys want to gift a sub for the drop, I'm gonna go in the Diablo 4 section, go to the bathroom, and then whenever I come back, we'll be in the Baldur's Gate section. I'm gonna stop the YouTube stream as well, and I'm gonna here. Studio.youtube.com. Good scam. How do you do? I got banned on Emery's stream for saying that's a lot of V-bots. A joke. His first message. I mean,
any gifters wide hard to. Any
yeah,
gifters wide
I mean that
hard
makes
to.
sense because it's like inflammatory, right? Like you're accusing somebody of doing something bad, and if it's like a first-time message, they don't know if you're joking or anything like that either, right? So like. It's kind of like what do you expect is gonna happen? You know what I mean?
Any gifters?
Any gifters wide hard to.
Any gifters?
Irish
wide
bastard,
hard
thank you for the
to.
gifted. League Fee Eric, thank you for the gifted. I'd be offended if they weren't viewing. I mean, it's still like accusatory, right? It's still not good. Like imagine like, hey, it's like, hey,
any gifters?
you're doing a
wide
crime
hard
and
to.
you're not
Any
doing a crime.
gifters
People are
wide
accusing you of
hard
something
to.
like that's not gonna feel very good, right? But then whenever you say like, oh, why would they be offended if they weren't doing this? Then it kind of goes in line with like it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's like the guy didn't even do anything, and then you're blaming them. You know. Anyway, here we go. YouTube chat. I'm gonna send you guys over to the other VOD. It's set up to do that right now. So we'll send you guys over, and wait, how do you feel about Reddit Classic Plus leak? Is it plausible? I did not see that. I'll look at it later because we're done with the reacts for the day because we've done like 2 hours of reacts already. But yeah, I'll look at it maybe tomorrow. YouTube.